Full Game Prometheus giving you more gameplay. This is going to be out of the Vikings playbook, guys, and this is REGS. I haven't played REGS in probably about 6 months since the game dropped, so it's something I'm not really used to doing, but this is going to be gameplay where we jump into REGS, and I can tell you that REGS plays dramatically different from basically playing against doing MUT, because players just don't react very well. I try to get a little bit smart with my roster as far as making adjustments on defense, and I'll go into that. But this guy was using, he was a very good player because he was very deliberate in what he was doing. He was using a wide 9 defense, and he was using the middle linebacker. So since I've used that defense in extensive, I knew that there were some weaknesses over the middle. So I actually hit him with a deep post shot on the second play of the game. I'm able to go house right from the very beginning and go ahead and go up on a touchdown on the very beginning. So he really didn't see much of my offense that I was just labbing, trying to get figure it out. So once again, you can tell this guy's a good player because he's using one of the most used offensive schemes in the game, which is actually the strong close or the split close formation. Halfback wheel is one of his base plays, and he basically stayed in that strong split close offense the entire game, and he pretty much carved up my defense as much as possible. He started breaking things down, so you can always tell how well somebody does with their game. So I was trying to stay in the safety blitz 3 to try to go ahead and lock up this offense, but as you'll see later, he really does a good job of actually locking it up. So now I go ahead, try to hit him with some really aggressive blitz and actually just put 2 deep blues, and he just dots me up on the sideline with the halfback wheel. So takes his yards, gets the first down, and now I'm going to make some kind of adjustments. So I go with hard flats. I put the yellows in the middle of the field with the safeties, and just try to go ahead and see if I can lock up this play. And he's making adjustments right here. I figured he's going to run with his quarterback because he's using Russell Wilson, so I do a QB contain. And right here he goes right back to the wheel again. And I went with, I think it was hard flats or cloud flats, and he's able to go and expose that. So it was getting really frustrating with his defense. So now this is where I do a cross man over on the left-hand side because I know I've got to take care of that deep post route. But look at this. He actually catches the ball in stride, actually even cross-man a guy right there, and he actually gets me. So I'm in some serious panic mode against this guy's offense because he's going to run one play against me and shred my defense because he knows how to make his reads and he knows how to break down defenses. So I come out of the split Viking, and I'm looking off to the right-hand side. Defender actually falls back there. Almost take a sack. I try to get rid of the ball to the running back on the angle route, and I miss. I didn't get rid of the ball, but I basically go to the next down. So 2nd and 10 type of situation. I'm in the 6-8-9 hook. This has got a little in route on the back end side, but the running back was open, so I'm just going to go and dump it down to the running back and get some yards. Get myself a short and reasonable type yardage right here. So come back in the corner strike out of the split. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my additional running back Cooks. I'm going to go ahead and put them up and streak them up so I've got basically a high-low lead. My first read is going to be Thielen going across the middle. And he's actually, this guy was QB spying people. And see, like here, he gets a nice block shed. I've got basically 6 people blocking, but 3 guys come in and actually get separation. So I'm a little bit frustrated in this type of situation because he's beating me with a defense that I've used pretty successfully online. I jump into play action, and I know that actually is going to be one of the holes in that defense right there when the guys come down into the when they come down playing those flat routes. So I actually go ahead and attack him with that. So he's still staying with the defense to do a nice little inside run right there, but he gets a nice block shed, and his safety comes in and actually goes and cleans up the block. So I no huddle. I'm in a Vikes dig. I go ahead and try to hit across the middle, but he actually gets another block shed and tackles me. 3rd and 16 situation. I'm just frustrated right now. I'm just frustrated because he's getting block shed right there, and I don't know what to do. I throw a ball into the corner route. Wow, did I get away with one? That normally if you're playing MUT, they would have got picked off, but I kind of forced it in there because I was just getting a little bit frustrated, getting beat by defenses that I normally run against people or have run against people in the past. So he comes back and he sends his line. I don't know what happened right there. There's a draw play, but the linebacker reads it perfectly, comes in and actually takes out my running back. So this guy's defense was just killing, man. It was just like, he was all over. He shut down my running game. I had no running game whatsoever. I had a couple big plays, but for the most part, I had to advantage it. So go back to the corner strike again, and this is basically a high-low level read. Areas get cleared out, so I go ahead and dump it down to Thielen. I'm able to go ahead and pick up some yards, get a more reasonable third down situation. And right now I'm actually looking at the dig. He actually, his defender comes across the middle, but I've got the backside defender because I think he was using one of the drag routes over the middle with digs, and I'm able to get it down to the 12-yard line. So down here by the red zone, I think I've got to draw up again with the anticipation he's not going to be sending a lot of people, but I go ahead and jump into a power row. I flip the play and basically look for the hole, but look at the block sheds going on. Well, actually, that was actually one of the best runs that I had the entire game right there as far as running against this defense. This defense was getting lots of block sheds, a lot better block sheds than most people that play Seattle. So went ahead, fake a few audibles, back to the inside run right here, and I get a couple broken tackles, and I'm able to go ahead and fall into the red zone to go up 14-7. So back at it right now. I'm still using the hook curls over the middle. I'm using an actual rated overall 55 guy, 58 linebacker because he's got fairly good speed, and I wanted to get more speed off the edge with my linebacker so I can actually get some pressure. So right here, come back to the cover 2 blitz. I didn't press my guys, and he quickly diagnoses the flat is wide open, and right there he actually picks up another first down, so 2nd and 1. So now I switched into crossfire blitz out of Dollar. He really didn't commit to the run at all, and I figured, well, what the hell, I need to go ahead and change things up, and I need also to get somebody in the middle of the field that's actually going to go ahead and take away some of his inside routes. So he actually goes with the run, but my defenders are actually going to clean it up, and he only gets 2 yards on it, and he gets frustrated with this defense. So I think he plays this defense before, and right here I actually get a blitz, and right there actually I get a sack right there. 3rd and 13, come back to the crossfire again, and he actually throws almost right of the coverage. Harrison Smith, I believe, misses that right there. So he no huddles again. I'm staying with the crossfire. I'm trying to get the pressure off the edge. He's blocking a running back. A looping guy comes around, but look at this. He actually throws the ball right in the middle. 2 of my defenders actually miss and don't come up with it. So staying back with the crossfire, he seemed like he was a little bit frustrated with it, and I saw that he's making a lot of bad reads. So now he goes into the flanker, and right now Harrison Smith is able to go ahead and make a nice play for me and come up with the ball. So 52 seconds left. I got to move the ball down the field. I'm thinking in the back of my head, well, maybe I should be a little bit conservative, just go ahead into the second half and just try to keep it right here. But look at this, the post route, wide open, and what happens? Teddy Bridgewater sails the ball and actually drops it down to his safety, and he actually goes ahead and gets the ball down to the 15. So just as quickly as I get a turnover and I'm able to run with it, Teddy Bridgewater sails the ball over a wide open wide receiver, and I get screwed. So, you know, it is what it is. You're going to learn these type of things when you're playing this game. So back to the crossfire again. I'm getting some reads. He throws right in the coverage, and he doesn't catch the ball. He throws right in the coverage. He doesn't catch the ball. So once again to the crossfire again, and right there gets batted down the line. So 3rd and 10 type of situation. He goes right over the middle, and he actually goes ahead and gets it down to the 2-yard line and goes in. He's running the clock. So I'm not taking any timeouts. I figured, okay, if you want to run the clock, that's fine. Goes in the goal line set. I don't really have that great of a goal line defense out of this playbook, but he is able to go ahead and tie up the game. 14-14, and he's getting the ball in the back in the second half, so you know this guy's fairly good. So going back to the crossfire again, using the guy, go ahead and blitz the guy off the left-hand side because he's been struggling with this, or at least that's how I feel. I feel like he's made a lot of bad reads. Right there, Harrison Smith actually almost picks off another ball because he goes back to that fullback slide play. Or play action fullback slide, which seemed to be the play that he starts jumping into against this crossfire. But look at this, he hits a seam right here. This is going to be the area of the field that's going to be the Achilles heel of this defense, and I actually really couldn't figure out how to go and lock it up. So what I did is I put the defensive back and I put him on a hook route to try to take away his read over the middle. And right here, he makes a bad read and actually throws back to Harrison Smith, and I'm able to go ahead and get another turnover. So 2 turnovers against him, and I'm in the driver's seat. So I'm going to go back to the I-form slot flex. Going to try to go and pitch the ball off the edge. Look at the block shed right here. He actually tackles me for basically 5-yard loss, and I'm screwed. So 2nd and 15 type situation right here. Going back to the Vikings dig, try to hit over the middle, but his spy comes up and bats the ball down. Lucky I didn't get that picked off. Going to verticals is one of my base plays, so 3rd and 15 type of situation, and I go ahead and block my running back because he's been getting a lot of block sheds, and I go ahead and take the backside wide receiver and put him on a slant route, so because the verticals actually cleared out that backside receiver. So back in the driver's seat right here, 1st and 10. I'm actually inside field goal range right now. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I go with a nice little draw play. I'm able to go and pick up another 1st down, so things are starting to click for me a little bit. I want to go back into a running set, so I go into the pitch play, and now I go into which is the I'm actually switching my plays up right now and actually jump into, I think, just a power O and try to run off the edge. And I just took a bad angle. The way he's getting block sheds, it was like he really shut down my run, and I probably needed to run a little bit more. Now I want you to show you this box. Look at this box. He's got a safety down on the line, and it just was a very unusual box, and I'm going to expose this a little bit later in the game, but he brought a safety down, and I flipped the formation an accident, so I just try to jump it down to the running back. But he's gonna expose himself later on in the game, and I'll show you how I look at it. So he's got basically 8 guys down in the box. He's got a safety. He's running a lot of cover 2. Looks like he's setting up a blitz off the left-hand side. I try to do a little pitch to the outside, but look at the cornerback come in and actually shut that down. So right here, I totally missed the field goal. So what I decided to do is I decided to run the clock down, and then I forgot that EA actually automatically kicks the ball 3 seconds after you go ahead and do it. So I missed my field goal opportunity, and I guarantee you guys this is going to haunt me later in the game. So back to the play action, a fullback slide. He actually hits the seam right over the middle, so he's back to a fullback slide right there. Hits the seam again. He makes a nice move with his tight end. I think that's Jimmy Graham, I believe. So he actually goes up by another touchdown. So splits Viking. I'm basically going ahead and trying to look if I can hit him over the middle, and I've also got the out. So, but he's playing this weird look. It's a cover 2, but he's bringing his safety down. It doesn't look like he's manually putting his safety down. I don't know what type of a defense he's running, but it's messing up my reads a little bit because it looks like a cover 3, but it really isn't. It's a cover 2 just because you've got that one safety over the high. So it's like he was just disguising his coverage. I don't know what he was doing, but it was very, very frustrating. So I tried to go and hit him up top right here. He actually had, he manually put a deep blue with one of his linebackers to actually take away one of my reads. So I come back to the I-form slot. And I'm looking at the same defense again. He's got basically a QB spy over the middle, and I basically hit him with a slant over the middle because he was playing over the top coverage, so I was able to go and hit that. So back to the Vikings dig. This is a really cool play. I really like it a lot. And I want you to look over to the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, the Thielen is just naked. There's nobody over Thielen whatsoever. So I think this is the play. Yeah, I see it. I go ahead and pop it. The safety is so out of position, I can go up and tie the game right here, 21-21. So back to the crossfire again. He's made a couple bad reads, and right here, I'm using a left outside linebacker off on the side, and you can see he actually gets pulled out of the area. He's not like the guy doesn't play it correctly, and I just get pushed out of the way. It's like he just the CPU just did that. So comes back to the fullback slide. That's his red zone play right there, and actually gets it in the end zone. So down 7 points. Need to move down the field. This guy's got a really glitchy way he plays his defense. You can see right here, I almost had an opportunity. The ball sailed by Teddy Bridgewater, was wide open because the middle of the field was wide open. He didn't put a deep zone up there. So back to the crossing route over the middle. I go ahead and possession catch it because the defender was going to smash me. No huddle. Go into play action, wide receiver in. And right here, I'm looking off to the right-hand side. His defenders got all his guys. But because he's got a deep blue, I can go ahead and hit that. And at digs, I try to go ahead and prevent a big hit, and I actually take it. So he gets an offsides encroachment penalty. So I actually get a 1st and 10 or 1st and 5 right here, down in the red zone. Spark up, I think I came out of a draw play, but you can see he's running that cover 2 right there in the red zone. I went ahead and popped him in the flat with the running back, so down to the 2-minute warning. Back to the draw play again. Look, the box is stacked. He's got basically 9 guys in the box. I figure he's going to fall back into coverage, so I go back to the draw right there. Murray's able to go ahead and get a couple tough yards, but it wasn't like he was getting off his blocks. Like, this offensive line is really not that good. So now this is the offense that I was thinking about using for my red zone offense, which is the near the near formation. And basically, I'm trying to hit this route right here with Rudolph, but he doesn't really protect it down too much. So this is going to be the critical part of the game. I really did not have a red zone offense in this game, and I didn't have something I can go with confidence. And you're not going to win games when you need them if you have no scheme in the red zone. And right here, I didn't know what to do, so I jump in the stick. I've had success with it before, but this guy basically has everybody all over the field. And right there, his Sherman comes up with it. So the nature of the game, guys, is that, if you don't have basically any kind of a red zone offense, you're gonna take losses. So basically, that's something I'm gonna be building out for this Viking scheme. So once again, to my subscribers, thank you for your support, guys, and until next time.